Here we have a geometric question on angles. Okay, let's go to the question. In the figure above, line segment AB and line segment CD are parallel. Line segment BC and line segment DE are parallel. What is the value of x? Okay, it is given that the segment AB and CD are parallel. So since these two lines AB and CD, these two line segments are parallel, the line segment AC which intersects the two parallel segments AB and CD is called transversal. That is, the line segment AC is called transversal. So whenever two parallel lines intersected by another third line, it's called transversal, and the angle measure over here and the angle measure over here are called corresponding angles, and they must be congruent. That means they must be equal in measure. So here already we know that the angle measure over here is x degree, and the angle measure over here also must be x degree, because these two angles are congruent angles and they must be equal in measure. Okay, now let's consider another pair of two parallel line segments BC and DE. That is, BC and DE are parallel according to the question. So since these two line segments BC and DE are parallel, and C is called transversal because C intersects both the parallel line segments BC and DE. So CD is called transversal, and the angle measure over here and the angle measure over here must be congruent. That means they must be equal, because these two angle measures are corresponding angles. So already we know that the angle measure over here is 65 degree. Then the angle measure over here also must be 65 degree. So they must be equal in measure because they are corresponding angles. Okay, now we got this angle measure. This is x degree. Already the angle measure over here is given, that is 68 degree, and this is 65 degree. And this is an angle on a straight line. So already we know that the angle on a straight line always measures 180 degree. So these three angles, x degree, 68 degree, 65 degree, these three angles together form a straight angle. So the sum of these three angles, I mean the x degree, 68 degree, 65 degree. So these three angles must add up to 180 degree. So because all the three angles we have on the straight line. So x positive, 68 positive, 65 must be equals to 180. Okay, now x positive, when I add 68 positive 65, I'm getting 133 equals to 180. Okay, now to solve for x, I have to get rid of this 133. For that, I have to subtract 133 from both sides. So positive 133, negative 133 will cancel out. I'm getting x equals to, when I subtract 133 from 180, I'm getting 47. So in this problem, the value of x is 47. The correct answer choice for this question is option A.